There is no reason why our children and others should not be enabled to celebrate their God-given sexuality and to receive the sacraments as full members of the Catholic Church. Disappointingly, our leaders of church have tried to unsuccessfully force the stoppage of these wonderful masses. And they have been unsuccessful to date. And I just pray that divine intervention will continue. Even these talks have been cancelled by the same church leaders at 2 other scheduled masses, as you have seen earlier. But here we are tonight. We're able to go through this forum and to show you our support. Paul, on one of our nights, talked to us about divine intervention and extra help, and he talked about that extra skylight that we needed to be able to be here. And somehow or other, he found the ladder to get to that skylight. Thank you, Paul. So through that divine intervention, we hope to be able to improve on truth and acceptance. Continuing on, we joined PFLAG and learnt more about other people's stories and to learn to share our story. And this led us into Mardi Gras, which we have been participating in for over 10 years. And on some occasions, Sue and I have even marched with our kids. I should be saying, even without our kids. We've been there on our own. But we've been there to support those other people on the fringes whose parents have not been as accepting as ourselves. And in many cases, we've been pseudo-parents to so many others. Our limited time does not allow us to tell you the most amazing people that we have met in their journeys. Suffice to say that if you have the opportunity to go to Mardi Gras and experience the people there, go for it. After our second son came out, we felt that we were both strong enough now to tell our families. And as you've seen tonight, it's so hard. It must be so hard for each of you to tell your parents. When we decided to tell my parents, we had a very small inkling of what it was like for each of you who may have had to do that. Each of our families come from a very long Catholic history. Sue has 5 brothers and 2 sisters, and in my case, 5 brothers and 3 sisters. And I come from an Italian Catholic background, so I think you might know how hard that could be for me, at least what I thought it would be. Our children, along with the others, have been brought up in a loving and caring environment. But this is not to say that our life has been easy, and we've had to share many highs and lows, just as many other families. But I have now come to understand firsthand how hard it was to be able to come out, because in us coming out to our parents, it was the same as what it was for our kids coming out to us. But when we did come out, who do you think was surprised most? We were. Because the overwhelming response that we received, in summary, basically said, they're good kids. We love them as our own. Some circumstances may be difficult, but we will stand beside you. We were the lucky parents. For true love is not something that you can turn on and off like a tap. Some circumstances have been difficult. Most have been from closed-minded people who appear to bow to peer pressure and a lack of information or fear of the unknown. We have been blessed with the acceptance of our parish and our priest. Sue and I are still being encouraged to manage several ministries within our parish and broader communities. But very slowly, we are finding that people are hearing the word of God and his message for love. For God is love, and it's his love is very different from human love. God's love is unconditional, and it's not based on feelings or emotions. He doesn't love us because we're lovable or because we make him feel good. He loves us because he is love. He created us to have a loving relationship with him and sacrificed his only son to restore that relationship. We are called to love, for we are created in God's image. Now, my journey has taught me many things. One of the key items learnt that I would like to share with you is the word discernment, a word often missed in our teachings. Discernment of all things that you are confronted with or told. Don't just accept the information before you. Explore it and study it and reflect upon it. And then ask yourself one very simple question. What would Jesus do? God's love is unconditional, and we have learnt that it was not our place to judge nor condemn. Our role is to love unconditionally. We believe that God was instrumental in giving us the best two boys, Nathan and Luke. They're here with me tonight. And my most beautiful daughter, Carla. As time went by, God's plan was being unfolded as a work in progress for Sue and I. We are yet to know where this is going to take us. As Christians, we have the choice to hear God's call. And if we can help just one person, then I am sure that our shepherd God would be pleased. And it is through our children that we have met more of God's children. So many of them are here. We found that each in their own special way have a relationship with our Father. And many have taught us more about Christ and being Christian because they want to be with Christ. They openly demonstrate their enthusiasm and love of God. Their attitude is not ritualistic in nature, and it does not just go through the motions of going to church on Sundays. It's much more than that. Our comprehension of this love was not completely understood by us until we walked with these special people and grew in faith, love and acceptance. We learnt not to accept the teachings that taught us discrimination. We are proud parents of 3 of God's children, pseudo-parents to many more, and we will let nothing come between us. In this banquet hall of life given to us by our Father, he will be our ultimate judge in how we live our life. For Sue and I, we'd like to leave you with just one last thought from the Apostle John in 1:4-7. Beloved, let us love one another, for love is of God, and everyone that loves is born of God and knows God. So is there a place for us all in God's church? Something for reflection.